We'll be right back. Stay with us. That went fast.
The Divas are going to refill their wine glasses. The Divalution Show will be right back.
Bayo Botanicals is a modern artisan perfume and beauty essentials boutique. Each creation is handcrafted and all ingredients are sourced through local, sustainable, and fair trade partners. Our mission is to create natural, healthy, and sustainable beauty products for a fair price. Visit us online at BELLOA botanicals.com. That's BELLOA botanicals.com. Bayo Botanicals, all natural, all you.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Great Lakes Bay region is calling on you to sign up to volunteer today so that you can change the life of a child for better forever. We have one-to-one mentoring programs where you can sign up and spend time with the child 2 to 3 times a month. You can go to the park. You can help them with their homework. Sometimes you can just have dinner and talk. These small little things that you can do each month cost nothing, and it only takes a little bit of your time so that you can change the life of a child. If you would like more information about how you can get involved with a child in Bay County, give us a call at 989-391-5103 or learn more information about us online at bbbsgreatlakesbay.org. We look forward to working with you so that together we can change the lives of the children in Bay County for the better forever.
Base Camp is Bay City's best choice in fitness. Visit us at 515 Adams Street in downtown Bay City. Look for the red awnings between the one-ways behind historic Larson Salvage.
New Beginnings Fair, Psychic Reading Center, Alternative and Holistic Health. Visit 1022 North Genesee Road, Burton, Michigan. Call 810-744-4077.
Growers Choice Insurance. They're located at 2880 East Beaver Road, Cacolin, Michigan. Toll free 800-768-9377. Some of the insurance products that they offer are home, auto, boat, RV, ATV, motorcycle, rental housing, business, farm, umbrella, flood, crop, life, long-term care, health, and disability. Ask for your Diva deal and get a free clipboard with built-in calculator. That's Growers Choice Insurance.
Are you a Christian looking to align your faith and finances? Then you'll want to check out Thrivent Financial. We're not your typical financial services provider. We're a not-for-profit Fortune 500 organization that helps our nearly 2.4 million members to be wise with money. We provide guidance that reflects your values so you can protect what matters most. We help members live generously and strengthen the communities where they live, work, and worship. Learn more about the Thrivent story by contacting me, Andrea Jean, at 989-686-9620.
Wine glasses are full. The Divas are ready. Now back to the Divalution Show.
We're still here. I hope you are too. Boy, that took me by surprise. I just wasn't quite ready for that. So I wanted to also tell you about one of our new sponsors, DNC Cleaners. They clean your blinds and draperies. They can do any type of window covering fabric in any configuration, right where it hangs, or they can take blinds down and clean them on their site. For more information, contact Dave and Carol at 989-274-3560. They did a great job with the blinds here in the studio, and I guarantee they were challenging. So we're back with our wonderful guest, Nancy Dubay. We've been talking about her Blue Chip Business Women coaching program.
Yes.
And it sounds just wonderful. And a couple of the things that you touched on before was value. And you mentioned professional value. Can you elaborate on that a little bit for us?
Yes. Well, your professional value is what someone perceives they're willing to pay for. And it is a perception. Imagine if you go into a jewelry store and you see 2 diamond rings and you're trying to make a decision. They're both 1-carat diamond rings. They both have a silver setting look to them, and you're trying to figure out which one you want to buy. They're pretty much almost identical. But if one person tells you, and you happen to be, for instance, a Madonna fan, that this happens to be one of Madonna's favorite diamond rings that she used to have, well, even though they're identical, suddenly the value of one has just escalated because it's unique, it's different, it's special. That's what your professional value is about, what makes you unique, different, and special. The women I work with don't worry about competition. They are in a place all their own. They're very unique, and that's what we work on, is promoting that part of it. It is what will also elevate your wealth. For instance, why does everybody want to pay so much money for an Apple product? It's because they know it's high quality, it's dependable, they have great customer service, and they know that they're always a growing company and something new and different is going to come along, and they're fascinated by that. That's what blue chip women focus on. They focus on being different and being high quality. When you work in that mindset, it's totally different than the old mindset, which says someone else decides what your perceived value is. You let your clients decide what your perceived value is. That is why most women struggle so much with even devaluating themselves. In fact, there was a survey that was done by McKinsey in 2011 that showed women, actually entrepreneurs who make their own decision on what they're going to pay themselves 29% less than men entrepreneurs.
We even pay ourselves less?
We even pay ourselves less because we don't value ourselves. So how in the marketplace can you expect other people to value you? I mean, imagine if you made $25,000 and you lost 29%, that's $7,250.
We're talking some money.
Right. 50,000 would be 14,500. I don't know about you, but I'd like to have that in my pocket. Or 100,000, which is what we really want to get to, that six-figure situation, $29,000.
That's a lot of money.
That you did not pay yourself, or that you did not charge enough for the value of what you were giving. Passionate entrepreneurs really struggle with that because they're so giving. They're so wanting to help other people. But people like to feel they got something for their value. I call it value exchange rather than selling. What are you exchanging value for? You're giving them a lot of value, and in return, they're going to give you a lot of value back, but not in services, in a financial manner. And you have to look at it. A lot of women struggle with sales and money. So I take it out to a different level where it's about value exchange. They seem to do better with that. But that's how you have to think of it when you're out there in the workplace. You have to be thinking of yourself at a higher value.
And that is more difficult for women than it is men. We tend to give our children more value, our husbands more value, and don't take the personal value or our own professional value as seriously as we do those. So how do you change it?
Well, one of the things, too, is women have to realize is when you're in a business, whether it's coaching or you have a product or other services, is they all look at the product or services as the thing they're selling. It's not. It's you. Mm-hmm. You are the business. You have to find your assets. They're there. They're waiting for discovery. And when you find them, it's amazing. That's how, actually, I was able to charge someone $250,000 for 6 months of work. Let me tell you, when I wrote that number down for the proposal, I never dreamed they would ever accept it. Never dreamed. I thought, there's no way. They don't think I'm worth it. And I was beating myself up over it. And then I had a second negative epiphany, I guess, when they came to my door and said, yes, we want you. And then I'm like, OMG, how am I going to make all this happen? But I never stayed in the negative. I believed that, and I never looked at the how. I just kept taking one step at a time, moving forward. And not only, I'm very proud to say, did the program bring me a lot of amazing experiences, but it was voted the #1 program in Shanghai.
Wow.
And over 1 million people saw it.
That is really phenomenal.
Yeah. So
really, really cool.
So that was one of the big highlights. But I was able to find different ways to create opportunities for myself, which is another thing in the next level when we're working with what I call the 50-50 part, because when you go and start working now with clients, now you're down to a 50-50 situation. You're bringing 50% of you to the meeting, shall we say, and they're bringing 50%. Now that's what we would call a basic one. But in reality, most women, because they're not at 100% to begin with, they're coming in at about 10%. So the client automatically has a higher percentage of deciding what's going to happen in that meeting.
So how does your coaching help a woman bring her other 40?
Actually, she gets up to 100%.
And
it's all about
how?
her. How? We go through the discovery process and we look at what her strengths are.
So you ask a lot of questions.
Well, we have them discover through questions. We also have some different things that they fill out and work through. But part of it is looking inside yourself, because it's so individual. It's about choices. I don't want to do a cookie cutter program because they don't work. But when you look inside, and like I said, I, for instance, am a learner. Somebody else is going to be maybe a high achiever. There's certain things that you are, and you learn how to use those strengths, and you learn what it is to, when you're feeling stuck, I know I'm probably gone into my ego. Or when I'm feeling really crappy after I had a conversation with somebody. For instance, when I was talking about my learner, somebody may have asked me a question and I had so much information, I went from just helping them out into bragging and not meaning to. Right. But the ego quickly came over me, and then I felt really crappy afterwards.
And then most people just turn that off.
Well, you turn it off, but you go home and you're driving home and go, why did
I mean,
say
the person
that?
listening.
Yes, the person listening, yeah. And you go home going, why did I say that? They're going to hate me. I hate this. And so it's a constant learning and growth process, which is what I really love, because I want women to excel out there. I want them to kick butt out there. And most of the programs out there are from the male perspective. The corporate viewpoint is from the male perspective. And they have basically competition, winning, and money are their three focuses. And you can hear it in even their conversations. They want to beat the opponents.
And we don't even think like that.
We don't think that way. And we've been told the way we think is not business, can't work in business. So what I have come across and decided and put together is that we run on a parallel kind of journey to what it is we're trying to do. I kind of equate it to like guys kind of get on the expressway and get to their destination. Women kind of like to take the scenic route. But as long as you get there at the same time with the right information and achieve the same goals, what difference does it make? Maybe we leave a little earlier, but that's okay. We like to gather the experiences along the way. Guys just like to get there and slay that dragon. We're not too much into the dragon slaying.
Right. We'll train it and then keep it as a pet. So what's better? Huh?
Well, both actually are important in a society.
Right.
And when you get too much of one or the other, then that's when you end up with a lot of problems. And I think in our society, unfortunately, in the business world, we're seeing a lot of problems. And I think, this is my perspective, that there's not enough influence from women in the business community.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And it's changing so gradually. And one of the signs for me that it is starting to change is that the business clothes are much more feminine now than they used to be.